everybody, coming to you with a reading for today. I thought we were all geared up to go, which we kind of are, but like you, so the thing is you're kind of seen far away, but I'll get closer to you. So we'll just like play out with what we have. By the way, happy March, happy first, happy new beginnings. Feel free to go to my page for all the happiness that I shared today in terms of what it is. Especially happy Feng Shui and happy future career and, sorry, not career. Well, yeah, careers in your future too, but future children and creativity today. So, this is really an exciting reading. It's super fresh for me, so I'm super grateful in terms of coming at you guys with it. What you see in the corner here, so I'm going to just share. Do I share? Yeah. This is like a super big feather that I found today, okay? So it's like, that's awesome for new beginnings. I didn't realize it was going to be on cam. And then I found a penny for good luck. So that's what's here with us today. And it's like, actually, you don't find pennies, you're sent pennies from above, which shows you that you're not alone and your A-team's really cheering you on. So super excited about that. What else was I going to say? Do I move what I wanted to move over here right now? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. I just want to double check, as usual. So what was I going to say? So today I'm really excited because this is like going to be a super high vibed type of reading. I mean, it's such a crazy powerful day. And so what I got here is to literally, and this is a part of my future, I feel, so this is really exciting that I get to kind of like bring it to the main screen, of YouTube. But what I'm getting here is to blend, actually to work with the tarot, but to basically only work with the top 22 cards, which are the major arcana, okay? So I had all these like, wow, like these epiphanies and this like, and you gotta really love books because really they're your friends and they're just amazing in terms of like helping you figure shit out for yourself. I mean, it's amazing. Also, what I wanted to quickly mention, which was coming to me before I got on here, is for all of you that are either around kids or have kids or whatever, they are one of the greatest seekers of counsel that you could actually turn to for clear messages and clear guidance, okay? Because you don't realize, but they're super connected, especially at a younger age. And this is why they're so truthful, right? Because they're super connected, they're super direct and to the point, they're very pure in their intentions, which is all love, because they haven't unlearned it, right? And so I just wanted to tell you that, like, it's really interesting because the tarot is a guidance system, but also you just have to know that the children that you're around are an amazing system as well. So if you ask a child a question, they'll give you a direct answer. They may not even know anything about what you're talking about, but if you give them a question, they'll be able to connect with their angels and give you a very clean-cut, direct reading in terms of clairvoyance. Like, that's just what it is. They're highly clairvoyant. It's just that people think that they don't have the experience to back it up, so they don't know anything. But the thing is, they highly know a lot of shit that we don't because of the fact that they're purely open to divine guidance and direction, and that's how they end up actually kind of moving in their lives, right? That's how they know to like drop a toy that they don't want to play with anymore and go to another thing, you know what I'm saying, without having any regrets, without double thinking anything, without just kind of just doing, right? So God bless all the children out there. I fucking love all of them. Like I've always said, all of the children are my children. Honestly, I don't even have to give birth to them. They're just that cared for. You know what I'm saying? And they're that much of a blessing that we all need to care for them. So, all right, they're telling me to get into it. All right, so I'm super excited, guys, for this because I'm super excited to see what comes out. Do I do these first? Yeah, I'm going to do these first because it's kind of like everything came out in steps. So, this is the first card deck that I'm going to, ask about the future. All right, so, thank you, God, for also simplifying our lives. That's all I gotta say. So, because that's what I feel as I'm shuffling this. All right. So, 18. And also, guys, just to give you a heads up, it's either gonna go the way that I think it's gonna go, which is kind of like just beware, because this is gonna take a little bit of, or a lot of bit of your faith and patience in me as I kind of shuffle and as I kind of, get through these cards. But also, because this is brand spanking new for me and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, I just know that it's going to be super fun. Also, it could go really super speedy fast, so it could basically maybe even cut our time into half, which is fucking amazing. But let's see what, because it's so going to be direct and to the point, Alright, so 18, thank you so much for placing the highest and best 2 cards at the top of this deck. They're saying show them, but it's like, ugh. Alright, I'm gonna have to, alright, let's just do it from here. Alright, 18, thank you so much for placing the highest and best 2 cards of the yin and yang at the top of this deck. That clearly describes the numerological energy of today, as well as the universe's, or I should say native, natural, and authentic numerological energy of today, as well as the universe's, and how it applies to our future children and creativity aspect of our lives. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here, right now? Yeah, that was a clear yes, thank you. Okay. Do I talk about the bottom of the deck? They're telling me yes, so we're going to just leave that out. Okay. Do I move on to these as well right now? Alright, so we're doing that separately. Okay, I just have to keep breathing because there's like a lot of energy coming through today. Especially in our solar plexus. Like there's a lot of, I heard there's a lot of like solar storms, which means that our solar plexus, our stomach, is kind of, first of all, there's a lot of light coming in, so we can feel hot, we can feel kind of burnt up from the inside, but like not in a bad way. But just more passionate, I guess, right? And also, there's something like, also you might be wanting to eat carbs today, because I've noticed that when there's a lot of solar like flare storms going on, I want to eat more carbs, and that's exactly kind of what I ate today, which is so funny. So, So, that's basically what I want to tell you. Alright, the first yin card for today. Oh my god, I knew this card was going to come out. That's so funny. Is the moon. Okay. So let me just see what the moon is all about. This is super exciting. Okay. So, the moon is something that is a small thing that basically is going to happen at night, okay? Or is in kind of the darkness. Now, it's really funny because the moon in the yin card, in the yin position, can literally be exactly that, which is like the moon is the yin card. Oh my god, it would be amazing if the sun card came out in the yang position. I'd laugh so hard, dude. But what I'm saying is, and it's not that the moon is any smaller than the sun, or maybe, I mean, I don't know actually size-wise. I feel like they're always going to be the same in my eyes, no matter what the size. Like, they're just going to have the same size. They're each going to have the same size when compared to the size of them, right? Because they're just so yin and yang to me, right? So here is something that it's, hold on, let me just see. It's 10. So this is an 18 card. Oh, that's interesting. So 18 describes, it's a very like good omen number in the Kabbalah and Judaism, which is what this card deck is. It's the Kabbalistic, or yeah, I'm gonna just say Kabbalistic because that's what it was taught to me. But you know what, guys? I'm gonna, just as a side note, this is so interesting. I like to use the word Kabbalah and Kabbalistic. Okay. Now it's funny because somebody had corrected me and said Kabbalistic, and I said, okay, cool. And I kind of just took it on. But I think I'm going to take back the Kabbalistic aspect because I like it better. So what I did was I kind of just was like, okay, I was corrected. And it's like, okay, but the whole thing is, and this is really funny because I got this download like probably 2 or 3 days ago where I was going for a walk and I was like, it's really funny how people try to correct you in things that really don't even need correcting, okay? Because it's funny, the way that we say words sometimes just add personality to them and are more what's it called, authentic to us, okay? So it's really funny because like so many people know-it-alls and just like kind of correct you in a way that it should be, but like if you've ever ran into somebody that says something in a different and cute way, it's like, let them keep on saying it in a cute way. Like, do I use my example? Okay, no, because I feel like that would be talking about somebody not in such a good way, but like it just wouldn't be right. But like, so yeah, so I just wanted to say, like, just let them be and live up their cuteness, because also there's a lot of people out there that have accents, right? And so it's kind of like if they say it in a certain way, like I know, for instance, like the Europeans, they get very self-conscious about saying things a certain way because it's not in an American, you know what I'm saying? But that is because they have personality to them. They get to have like basically two personalities, and not so much personalities, but two types of like, skills, I want to say, like under their belt, where it's like they speak one language, and that one language as a foundation kind of gives them a cute way of saying things, words. So it's super cute and it super corrects them, unless it's like really you can't understand it. But I feel like saying things in your own way and saying things in your own authentic, native way, natural way, whatever comes to you, like that should be kind of something that you stick to, unless it really can't be understood by other people, right? So, and also, I mean, we have to give it over. Like, some people do correct you because they don't understand what you're saying, but some people literally understand what you're saying and still try to correct you, and you're just like, no, this is like, and I'm not saying it's out of ego, I'm saying it's out of like stick to what feels right for you, okay? So because it's going to make you go back and forth all the time. And so I'm going to just stick to Kabbalistic because I used to say that, and then like a person over the phone corrected me, and I was like, okay, I'll say it her way because she probably knows more than I do, right? Giving everybody the benefit of the doubt. But at the same time, it's like, let's just say things how we say it and allow us to be more in our authenticity, like allow us to show up in our more cute and adorable authenticity, rather than like, correct other people when they're really not so wrong, right? They're like pretty accurate. Like if I say Kabbalah or Kabbalistic, right? Like you understand what I'm talking about, right? But if I say Kabbalistic, you still understand what I'm talking about. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's really not such a big deal. So I'm going to go back to the way that I say it because I fucking love it. And, thank you to the person that tried to correct me. I went with it for a little bit, but at the same time, I realized it's like, this is how I say it. I'm going to just say it and just stay cute. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes me double think myself whenever I fucking go to say the word. That's what I'm trying to say. So I was like, fuck that shit, dude. So here I feel as though, going back to the card that I'm holding on to, but maybe that had to be said because obviously that was like that came to me like 3 days ago. So I didn't realize I was gonna ever share it, but yeah, okay, so it came up, so that's amazing. And that's probably to free a lot of people out there too that are kind of double thinking themselves and like you know, all different ways. And it's like, that's probably that's probably why you're overthinking a lot of shit, because of the fact that it's like you were taught one way when you knew it one way and you were fine with it and it made you happy, and all of a sudden, you know, you're just trying to kind of people please somebody that isn't yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, please yourself first and then please others, because that energy is what exudes, okay? So I feel as though the moon has freed us here somehow. That's very interesting. So there is a passion, I feel, that came out of the dark, okay? There's a creativity. This could even be spirit. And what's so crazy is that the bobcat has been coming up fairly a lot, I want to say, but also kind of in the recent past. And by that I mean like maybe like a week or two ago. And I was wondering, I'm like, what the fuck is it with the bobcat? So maybe it's again, we're now supposed to talk about the bobcat. Oh, this is so interesting. Okay, so what's happening here is very interesting. Do I go into that story right now? Wow. Okay, this is going to be like a very like indirect type of story right now, but there's a reason to it. So this card reminds me of the other day in my life. I was about to go for a walk, and somebody said to me, a neighbor of mine had said to me, hey, you know, you may want to watch out because there's a coyote in the neighborhood that was roaming around and has not been caught, okay? And they were telling me, they were just like, so just be careful. And it was funny because I was very much so like intrigued by it. And because, first of all, coyote spiritually means something. And not only that, but I feel as though like in our neighborhood that kind of never fucking happens. Like it's way too busy for coyotes around here, I feel. Plus we're very much so by the water. So it's kind of like, it's a weird place for it to be, you know, but that's how I knew that it was like meant to be here, because it was meant to bring its magic. Now, here's what I saw right away. It's like, here was me, and then I was like, I thought to myself, well, if the coyote comes out of, like, if this is the coyote, and I said, if the coyote comes out of the blue, I'm going to train myself not to be scared, because I'm not going to listen to what other people have to say about the coyote. I'm actually going to, listen, I'm going to use my discernment. So I'm not going to like go approach this coyote as if it's like a fuzzy, bubbly, you know, loving, and it is loving actually, right? Majority of the animals are, but they're just very animalistic. So talk about animalistic and Kabbalistic. Okay, that's hilarious. So, oh, that's interesting. So we'll talk about that too in a second. But the whole thing is, and maybe that's why I was supposed to say that, right? So that's so funny. So I was just thinking, I was like, if the animal comes out of the bushes or some shit like that, like, I'm going to literally just honor it and let it do its thing. I'm not going to give off that I'm so scared of you energy. I prepared my mind to act as if it was a dog, right? Because I'm not afraid of dogs. So I was just going to be like, okay, a coyote is a dog. A dog is not going to be feared because, you know what? They are a part of this planet too, right? So long story short, why I mentioned that is because that, first of all, popped up in my head. But second of all, this is as if in your midnight of all nights, like your type of, like really hidden and really deep, because deep emotions, right? It's like they're like really down deep in the wells of you, if you want to call it that way, right? I just feel as though there has been a light shined, you know, from above. So let's say you are in a well. It's like somebody is shining their flashlight from like above from, you know, up above in the well, like at the entrance to the well. And this is like your depth over here, right? So it's kind of like they are the light at the end of the tunnel. But what they did was they just shined a light onto your wildness, okay? So, and it's really interesting because the female here is kind of like it's like warming up to to this wild like energy, right? So it's kind of saying like, come here, or like, let me like, and this cat is like, yo, who you? Like, I wasn't gonna come your way, right? Like, it's, and she's like, no, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is, so I just feel like the divine feminine aspect of you has now, like, I feel like the God, right? Because this could be like the gates of heaven and whatever. Actually, oh, let me just tell you, it's interesting. Oh, that's interesting. I was just reading about the Garden of Eden, and that there are different ways to say these gates, right? Like the gates to the Garden of Eden and like all that stuff. So it's very interesting. So I don't know why that just came up, but I just feel like that could be like, there could be something where you're like coming out of the, I also see these, for some reason, I see these as like cemetery gates. Like maybe you experienced behind these gates, you've experienced like a kind of like a death in a sorts, but like more of a spiritual death and not like an actual death, right? So it's kind of like you know, having done whatever you had to do behind these closed doors, right? Like in kind of like a secretive manner. And now it's like the divine has cracked these doors open to be like, okay, you've completed what you needed to complete. Cycle is now completed. We've been channeling that a lot. But now, since it's like March 1st, it's kind of, this is kind of what is going on. It's like new beginnings are, because you've completed what you've completed, now the divine has cracked open the door, which is like, this is divine pure white light, right? And it's now, you were now able to kind of free yourself, right? So what came out of these doors were you and your gift, which is running fucking free and wild, okay? Now, what I'm also sensing is that in between this person, which is you and your divine feminine side, along with the wildness, right? The wildness of you, okay? You literally, this midway is the gentleness. Like there's a gentleness today that you may have felt, that you may have felt like very pure gentleness today that you haven't ever felt before. And that was literally your A-team, like your midway invisible A-team that's basically balancing you. And it is because of the fact that it's very interesting. I saw spiders today, and this is like a gothic looking card, right? So this spider is a very awesome, and I'm just going to use it as an imaginary symbol right here in the middle, because I've noticed that today and yesterday, spider has been a big deal, which means ancestors, it means spirit, and it means just creativity and just like, you know, what is it called? Like cycles ending and completing and things like that, right? So what I want to say is, so just as this white access spirit, just pretend the spider is here. Because what the spider has now done is, the spider has now woven its web, right? To be right in the center, which is the happiness. And it's also kind of like the way that it wove its web is kind of like you're one pillar and this is another pillar. So what I'm saying here is that this is what I'm saying, is that the spider is actually the creation. It's spinning its web. It's kind of doing its thing. It's like basically like, you know, like a witch's brew, like when you just, when it's like spinning whatever it needs to spin in your favor. So it's using you and your authentic self, which has now come into completion as well, in terms of being really well balanced, being really of the light, and just completing that final session behind these doors. Like you have now stepped out like a brand new, authentic, you know, really super blessed you. That's absolutely what I'm getting. And now you also kind of are very aware that the other pillar of you is, it's like your authenticity, but then it's also this animalistic quality of you, which is super spiritual. So talk about the Kabbalah or Kabbalistic like ways. It's like super spiritual. You get to basically be authentic within yourself, but also use your wild animal-like self in a very well balanced way, because the thing is, it's like maybe you were afraid of this before. Maybe this was the animal that you were afraid of behind these doors, to say, oh my god, I'm like really brutal when my fucking wild animal comes out, and I'm like really kind of not gentle, and I'm really just I while out when this comes out. So maybe you were afraid of it because you didn't know really how to balance it. But the gift that was given to you here is you're actually able to see this wild child in a sense outside of you and separate from you, and you are, but also with you, right? Because they're very much so with each other, like in alignment with one another, like as if they're walking together. And here it's just kind of like it's just kind of like you're able to guide this spirit animal, as well as the spirit animal is able to guide you. So in essence, it's kind of like a infinity symbol, that it's like your divine magical spirit guide, or spirit animal, spirit totem animal, that you get to work with now to bring it to the world, like to bring it to to the world, and kind of just like heal the world with it in a sense, okay? But also raise the vibration of the world with it, and you're not fearing this anymore, because there is spirit right in the middle of you that is basically very happy. The invisible spirit of the divine white light is very happy to kind of, guide you in terms of when best to use this, and how best to use this spirit totem, and all that jazz, right? Like, so this could also mean that you're doing things a little differently too. You're basically doing things in a different way that you're used to, which is basically, if you think about it, an example of that is me doing this right now. It's like I'm being really full on, completely wild about tarot right now in terms of just using 22 cards and not the entire deck, right? So it's kind of like spirit has guided you to do some fucking wild things, and you're okay with it, and you're like, you know what, come a little closer to me, I want to study you, I want to like get to know you. And maybe that's what you've been doing today, is just like that you're trying to kind of unite the two, you know what I'm saying, so that you can kind of, not what is it called, like not wanna not tame this animal, but just to kind of get to know what the animal does, right? So you're very curious about this like new type of spiritual gift that you've been given, and you're like, okay, so what are we doing with this right now? You know what I'm saying? So it's really beautiful, and she's actually wearing, oh, interesting, she's wearing like a mermaid-esque type of dress. So this could be like, wow, that's amazing, actually. She's like a goth mermaid queen. Yeah, that's amazing. Oh, and that's funny. She's like using her spiritual powers. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but she's like kind of, there like powers coming off of her to kind of like bring this in closer, right? And also, but also helping spirit to light the way for this animal to kind of even be the one ahead of her. Like let this animal lead rather than her leading anymore. And she's wearing green, like the majority of her is green, which means that your divine feminine has now been healed, which is also the heart chakra, okay? But you know what I'm also getting here? Today was a lot about the divine healing of the father, okay? Father side aspect of you. And what I want to say is that you've healed the divine masculine, father-like essence to yourself. But in replace of that is this animal, okay? So it's kind of like you're now giving more authority to this animal here as your animal spirit, your animal guide. Your trust has now been put into this wild side of you. And that is in replace of kind of like any father issues that you've been going through. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that's what was replaced there, which is beautiful, because this is actually like creativity. This is, I mean, the bobcat is like not to be messed with, right? Like there's this power here that you have just like latched onto in terms of like what's needed and authentic to you, so that you can actually use it in this world. And it's like, it's basically what I'm trying to say is like, you've decided to use more of your power, or put more of your focus onto your power. Now that you've fully, totally, and completely healed your father issues. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like your father issues have been replaced with this really like beautiful natural power not to be fucked with, is what I want to say, like flat out. You know what I'm saying? Because people are fucking scared of this, and you have been too. Like, you've been scared, like behind these closed doors you were scared, but now it's cracked open and you're using it in the highest and best of, you know, beauty and light, and just like, see, you could even be in the pure dark, because she's still in the dark as she kind of crossed over, like, or not crossed over, but like crossed, you know, beyond these doors. And so she's still kind of in the unknown, but she just knows that if she goes with this wild essence of her, like this faith in this wild animal that she has, that she was given, right? That will lead her. Do you see the white path? That will lead her in the positive direction that she needs to go. So basically, you've been given this animal, I feel, to prepare you for any wild decisions, like fool-based decisions you need to make this upcoming whatever, after today, now, always, and forever. All right. So it's kind of like it, because you're not afraid anymore. Like, you're not afraid of this power anymore. So, and you're not afraid of the unknown and the darkness anymore, because it's like you've conquered it all. You've conquered yourself. You've conquered your father issues. You've conquered the darkness. You've conquered the unknown. I mean, it's huge. This is a huge yin card, guys. And you're purely well balanced. Look at this. Like, you're really well balanced. I mentioned that here too. But it's like, that's like, you've just literally came out of this, not that you're not going to hang out with the God, like, after today, but it's like you literally kind of came out of isolation, in a sense, or this period of time where you were like with God, strictly with God. Like, you weren't with other people. You were hermit mode behind these doors. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it's also because of the fact that A, I mean, you had a lot of stuff to heal, but B, you had to get acquainted with this. You had to get prepared and acquainted with this animal that you didn't even know was about to fucking come outside of these doors with you. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is a super huge card. Huge. And talk about so it's funny, right? Wolf and coyote, right? Has a lot to do with the moon. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let me just take a sip, guys. This is beautiful. Thank you, 18, for that read of the yin card. And thank you for the yin card read. So on a yang level, oh, this is beautiful. We have the star. Now the star, I mean, all of these cards are super beautiful. What was I going to say? Let me just breathe into these cards, guys. Alright, so it's very interesting. The star, to me, just right away came, it came to me to basically let you know that on a very yang level, you have hit the nail on the head in terms of how to go forward. So the star to me is believing, first of all. To some other people it could be, you know, stars in the sky, celebrity, you know, that type of thing. But what's really interesting here is right away is what I got is you've like stepped into your power of the aspect of you being the star or being the firm believer in your life, okay? And because you did this, you literally have received, and I'm talking about, like, look at this card. There's a lot going on in this card, but if you see this card, there's so much going on. Like, this star could be you, okay? And it's like the A team are like tribal-esking around you. Like they're dancing, they're just like, you know, they're super excited that and it's really interesting that they depict the star as like kind of like a cross, like a four-pointed star, because it goes to show you that your directionals are fucking on fleek. Like they're your directionals are fucking on fleek. I love that shit. So here's what I want to say. You are on fleek when it comes down to your love aspect of your life, your helpful people and travel of your life, your knowledge and spirituality, and also your wealth, power, and empowerment. Okay, you have united this really well balancedly. Now it's also, what was that first thing that I was wanting to say? I like always, okay, that there's a lot, yeah, this is why I kind of skipped over, because I couldn't remember the word. It's like, okay, so these are very like auspicious energies, but also, what is star quality to me? There was another word that I couldn't figure out. What was it, 18? It's not, it's close to auspicious, but oh no, maybe it's not. It's with an O. It's opulence, okay? There's a lot of opulence around you. So this is what I'm getting for the star card. It's like you've really elevated yourself to a whole nother level. And actually, here's why this is very interesting to me, because one of the reasons why I'm working with the 22, really? Don't say it? Okay. So I'm just going to leave that out and just keep it to myself because that's what I'm getting. And that's just how it's going to be. Like, I think from now on, it's like I might go into something and then whatever. But it's just kind of like your vibrations were so raised that you are now a really shining star in your world, where you're kind of, what is it? You've kind of reached like reached through maintenance of keeping your shine really bright. You've reached a whole another level of opulence in your life, where, you know, now the A-team, I feel like, is entrusting you, is what I'm hearing, with the aspect of you literally just being able to handle what they are going to gift you from now on, okay? There's a lot of energy with dancing here. That's very interesting. So definitely now is a good time to take up dancing, because, and there's like tribal like essences going on. And here's why I'm saying that. Like, you could have been dancing a lot today, like in terms of just, you know, celebration of sorts, because the star is really celebration too, right? It's the birth of, like, it's basically the birth of light, which is beautiful. So here I want to say it's like the renewal and the rebirth of light, and also the light coming through, right? What I'm also hearing is like spectacle. Like you are yeah, you're like this new, like, spectacular spectacle that people are just, you may not even see it, like you may not even notice it, but it's like your A-team is noticing it, you know what I'm saying? And it might even be coming up in the future, because again, this is a future read, so this might be coming up in the future, where it's like people are now really kind of noticing you for what you're doing, for what you're saying, for what you're being, your authenticity, your wild, like, essence, okay? Oh my god, I just realized I did something purely wild today for this card. That was so out of my element, but it was so needed for my laughs. So it's so funny. So this really could have been, so, you know, the star is also, it definitely could be like enlightenment on a laughing scale too, actually. And talk about creativity, right? We're doing a future creativity in children. And this is a creativity. Dancing is a creativity. Also, I like how they depict the black as in dancing, because when you're dancing, actually, guys, they say that, like, I mean, dancing comes from, like, a very long lineage and also a multiple culturage. That's not even a word, but I'm just gonna use it that way. Like, multiple cultures in terms of, you know, like dancing. Like everybody loves dancing, but when you dance for your ancestors, right? So it's kind of like you're dancing for spirit. You're dancing to actually let go of, you're dancing to let go of any and all negativity. One of the things talking about creativity, I love Jim Carrey's Yay, We're All Broken art piece of art. Like that's like one of my dreams to have, because it really is true. It's like when you dance, you literally celebrate. I wanted to come out. Celebrate. You literally celebrate your imperfection and your, like, you know, insecurity and all that crazy stuff that makes you feel imperfect and broken or whatever. It literally, you raise the vibration, you transmute it into this star, and you kind of just like, again, it's like an infinity symbol where you just bring it up to the heavens and they bring it back down to you in this light form, you know, so you can feel lighter. You can operate on a lighter vibration, and it's kind of just like, it's a beautiful transmutation. So just make sure that if you're stressed out or if you're, you know, not feeling so hot, like on the light side, never stop dancing, just like you're never going to stop believing, okay? Dancing is huge. It's an art form, but it's also something that you could do without looking at it as an art form and just being like, yo, put on some beats, dance that shit in your room or in the bathroom. I'm always dancing in the shower too and shit. So it's like, you don't even need to have people see you, you know, do it. It's just that you need to kind of do it for yourself sometimes, just to kind of get your body moving and flowing, okay? Let's see what else. I gotta look at this a little closer just to see what else is here. Is that it? That's what we're talking about and call it a day? Yeah, okay, that's what they're saying. So I'm going to put that right down. I think that was very important for them to, and that's number 17 card in case that resonates with anybody. All right, bottom of the deck, you guys want me to talk about it, right? Yeah. Okay, the devil. You devilish little thing, you. Now, the devil's pretty cool because I like the fact that you could be dealing with like a Capricorn, right? Capricorns, and that's, you're dealing with me. I'm a Capricorn, all right? That's for damn sure. So the Capricorn aspect is very interesting. Oh, wow. Hold on one second, guys. Well, I'm going to just show it to you. This is, see, there's a lot going on in these. This is like really fine art that I am having to kind of look at. Oh my God, it looks like a pizza. It looks like pizza, like a slice of pizza. And actually, if you don't see it, there are two people in that slice of pizza. So this literally could be like, here comes your future, where it's like you find the piece, the missing piece of the pie or of the puzzle, which is your other wholesome, your other wholesome self, which I like to say, your other total, complete, and wholesome yin and yang to your yin and yang, okay? Because I never like to say, oh, you're the yin to my yang. It's like, no, bitch, I'm a full yin and yang, as are you. And that's how it's going to always be. So there is something spiritual absolutely happening. Wow, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy cool. So here's what I'm getting. In the sense of love, there is now a passion. And so remember how I said solar flares, right? Solar flares, it's very interesting. It's kind of like there's this passion of the fire that, you know, is being sent from above. And also, like, in this kind of droplet of passion, there's a whole bunch of, it's a whole bunch of, like, I want to say, like, very vulnerable spirits, but they're also, like, kind of praying, right? So I want to say it's like your ancestors, along with your other, I don't want to say better half, but your your other best half, okay? Or your other best whole. That's how I'm going to put it. Your other best whole is, it's basically like you're, oh my God, I'm getting such heat as I'm saying this. Wow, it's amazing. Your ancestors, along with theirs, have now united in the ethereal realm to kind of watch over your love, and they've united as in like joined together to then really bring this person into your life spiritually. So what I want to say is that very soon, this person's coming in. Oh my God, I can like, I'm feeling it, and I'm like, I can cry because it's so beautiful. Like, hold on guys, because it's so touching. It's so, and I'm getting like pure heat as I'm talking about this. It's like, so there's this, super passionate love. And by passionate, I mean like your 18 is so happy, and if you can see, they're kind of like looking to the hand. You can't really see it, sorry guys, but they're half of them are looking this way to this hand, half of them are looking this way to the hand, and they're kind of like in prayer mode, like thank you for bringing all of us together. Thank you for bringing these people together. It's such a gratitude card. And now they're kind of, because they were both sides of the ancestral, the past lives, the angels, like, have come together and united up in the ethereal realm, or esoteric realm, right? They've united to basically send you the power of all of them together for you guys to finally meet up and be together. And so the devil card represents a binding. So it's like they've united, they've bound themselves together to be like, okay, it's time for these two to kind of get along, get together, get along. And this is like change, right? Triangles change, but also grounding. It's like your love is about to be very much so grounded in the physical world. And that's also, again, like vulnerability is up here, vulnerability is down here. And I feel like just as the infinity symbol here, it's like both of these people down here have been praying up to their A-team and up to their, ancestors and all of the people that came, and even their past lives, they might not even realize. It's like these two have been praying up to them. So it's been like this really even exchange of, do you see? It's very interesting. This is a drop, but then this spiral, right? If you take this spiral into consideration with this pizza, right? This portion of the spiral, it kind of looks like the same as above, so below essence. So it's like the ancestors are feeding into the center of the spiral, which is literally kind of coming out and blessing, the crown chakra and all the entire chakras within these two people's systems to finally open up. And like, again, so this is really interesting on a yin level. Like, we're seeing one really cool colored card, which is this one, and one really passionate colored card, which is this one. And it's like, do you see this light? This light literally is this light. So it's like, yes. Oh my God, that's crazy. And so that's crazy because I don't know if this is the yod or the yod. I don't know how to depict this out of the Hebrew letter, but the yod in the sky is like a finger. I don't know about how to say hand, but it's like the hand of God is helping your ancestors. They're sending this light down, and this light coming through, and has just blasted open this new beginning for you. I mean, it's a crazy way to say new beginnings, but you needed to use your imagination for all of that right there, so that you both can be whatever I've said about this card previously, right? So that's what's happening. It's like you guys are this extreme light and passion and just compassion is coming through, this joy too, because this is a change. If you just take this yellow light over here, it's a change in your joy. Maybe you haven't been feeling joyous very much at all. Like, yeah, maybe you haven't been feeling joyous, but now it's like today it fucking comes in and it blasts open these doors, and you guys are both freed, you know what I'm saying, to be, excuse me, to still be on your right path, but to be free about it, and to be really in your own purity of your own authenticity, but also travel with the wild spirit animal that you get to have beside you. You know what I'm saying? That you might have even feared yourself, or other people have feared, or you feared other people knowing about, you know, but now it's like you guys are one. I mean, that's it. So it's kind of like you and your spirit animal are about to find your other whole best self, your other power couple essence, right? With them and their spirit animal. It's beautiful, guys. Wow, that's so freaking amazing. So maybe that's why we had to just kind of see what was going on there, so that people can have a little bit more faith in terms of the loving life more, but in terms of also having more faith when it comes to their love life. Okay, that's like a beautiful, I love that, because I also wrote that in my Facebook, on my Facebook page, which is beautiful. Wow, that's so beautiful. All right, so a team, I'm now asking that out of these cards, you please place the highest and best cards at the top of this deck that support the cards that just have come out in regards to the natural, native, and authentic energies of today's numerological day, as well as the universes, and as well as the future creativity and children aspect of our lives. Do I stop shuffling the cards right here right now at all? Okay. Now, this is where you're going to have to give me a second, guys, because, and this is where the magic is about to be cued, okay? Because I was getting that, that we just needed to use both. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, because this is where we have to, this is where patience needs to come in, because of the fact that I haven't used these cards at all, and today I was, first of all, these, to be very honest with you, I find these cards super challenging, or have found them super challenging in the past, because of the fact that I felt as though, I don't know, it was one of those cards where it's like, you know you were getting to buy them, but when you open them, you're kind of a little disappointed, because you're like, damn, I don't connect with them right now. But now is a time that I'm actually just connecting with both of these cards, and they're both super, like, best friends. I didn't even realize that. So it's, like, really interesting that, so that's what I'm saying, you're gonna have to give me a second to kind of get myself associated with them as well. Because sometimes also when you do new things, it's very interesting, you have to kind of get accustomed to the fact that, you know, you're starting over again, okay? So again, we're at new beginnings. You know, new things make you feel a little shaky, make you feel like you don't know what the fuck you're doing, right? So, so there's a lot of like, what the hell do I say here? What do I do here? But you know what? At the same time, I'm so willing to take the first new beginning step, because of the fact that it's like, it opens your world into something that you never even knew that it would open it up to, right? And these are just, so it's just full on amazing, because it just brings that extra sense of fresh vibes to your life, and expansion to your life, and growth to your life, on such a subtle scale, but it kind of works your courageous mojo, if you know what I mean, right? So it's kind of like, and I didn't mean that in a sexual way, what that came out crazy sexual, and it could be that way, why not? But like, I actually didn't mean it like that. It just, I'm like, you know what I mean, as if it was supposed to be that way. That's not even what I tried to say, but whatever. So with this, yeah, I just, like, that's what's happening here. Is like, I'm trying to get associated with, like, how to actually go about explaining shit, because I feel actually, I don't feel the strongest when it comes to, both the tarot and astrology, right? Like, I know a little bit about them. I know a generalization, but I feel like sometimes these cards call for a more defined way of describing them, and I'm not that, right? So it's kind of like, shit, I have to just, like, see what's going on here. Do I look in the book for this right now? No, they're telling me no. Actually, because what came up is Mercury on a yin level. And so basically, if you want to take a look at these, like whatever I said here, this is going to be kind of like, they both each are kind of the infinity. Like, pretend that there's an infinity around them, and they both kind of support one another, okay? They both play off of one another. They both support one another. So here's what I'm getting with this, is that the Mercury retrograde is coming into effect, I think. I'm getting by the 4th now, but I know it's I think it's actually kicking in the 6th. I have to look back to figure that out. But that's with communication. Mercury rules communication. I don't know. Shit, I think Mercury is also a Taurus. Oh yeah, Taurus, because Taurus is oh, that's so cool. Okay, cool. So Taurus is Mercury rules Taurus, which means this is why we got a cool card, right? Because this is about communication. Very interesting. So I want to say that this is all really good, that these new beginnings started to happen. And communication and expression is what I want to say the blue is all about. And this is where I'm just super glad that the divine timing is perfectly right for this, because if Mercury retrograde were to kick in before this ordeal happened, like the opening of the doors, the cracking open of the doors, these two not being healed and not following, the wild essence of yourself, then we would have lost out on a lot. You know what I'm saying? But now I want to say that what they're trying to say is this Mercury retrograde is going to be a little different when it comes to the future. And again, Mercury retrograde is actually in our future. So it's like perfect that they're coming up like that. And what I'm seeing here, let me just see what's up. Alright, they're telling me to read the book, so let's just see. There's something in the book. I may not be able to hold it up, but wait a second. Maybe I will. Yes, I love it. I'll hold it up with my candle. This way you guys kind of see what's up. Just don't slide on me, okay? Okay. I have like the... Alright, yeah, perfect. I'm going to hold it up like that. And we're going to look in the book. And you guys are going to have to bear with me on that too, because... because I don't know where anything is in this book. That's why. Alright, so I'm gonna go, I don't know what sign Mercury is gonna be in, but I'm gonna just read the Taurus. Mercury in Taurus. Oh, beautiful. It says don't overthink the situation. Wow, that's super cool. Okay, which is the moon, which is, okay, so moon has a lot to do with, wow, that's really cool. Alright, so there's so many, alright, so moon has a lot to do with intuition, right? So what they're saying there, and that was, thanks Motorcycle, because that was such a confirmation, of don't overthink the situation, just go with what you're getting intuitively at this point in time. You may not know, you may be very in the unknown about what's going on, but like in terms of like you may only have a certain amount of light or whatever, like in terms of what's being revealed to you, all right? Just like a little bit. It's not the entire scene, but go with that, all right? Go with what's being revealed and act upon that, because that's exactly how to navigate this life. Now it's very interesting because one of the people that I love is Jack Canfield. And Jack Canfield, in The Secret, in the movie The Secret, had said, life is like a road that you're traveling on in the dark, which is your headlights are on, which this could be your headlights, right, Spirit? Your headlights are on, but you can only see so far in front of you. You're not given the entire picture, even if you're going from even if you're taking a very long road trip, like you only see a few yards in front of you throughout the night. So it's like you are all entrusting of where you're going, but it's just like, but you only clearly know what's in front of you as it is with the headlights on. And that's what you just need to follow. You know what I'm saying? That's all that you need to follow. So that at this time, that's literally what it's saying to do. It's saying to follow your intuition at this time, because, and the moon it stands for intuition. So just like, don't double think, just go with what you feel, or go with what is, what's coming into your third eye. Okay. Now I'm going to also read, do I read this part? Yes. It says Luna in Taurus. There's like a divinity meaning to that too, where I'm just gonna, I don't know where the moon is precisely, but I feel like the Luna and the Taurus are a blend of both worlds right here, right now, so that's what I'm gonna read it. It says, find the source and memories of childhood. Okay, cool. So basically that means that we're going to be working, since there's a lot of joy coming through, right? A lot of this light here that's going to be of yellow and joyous light. We are now, and it's funny that it says childhood, because we are dealing with the childlike essence of our area of life, where it's like just like a child, just like I said, there is guidance in a child outside of you. There is guidance in your inner child, where it's like, just follow your joy, follow your bliss. Thank you, Candace from above, one of my beautiful angels. I love you. And because she would always say, follow your bliss. I love that. And so, long story short, you're following your bliss in a very fun, childlike manner, even if it's innocent, because again, this is pure white light coming through. You might, and what I'm saying is like, also take things at the most simplest level, simplest form, where you can just like, again, not confuse anything, and not, you're not complicating anything, is what I'm trying to say for you all. It's just like you're basically doing what you're getting to do, not putting any reasoning behind it, not explaining it at all. You're just doing what you need to do, and that's it, right? You're kind of going to, why did I just see that? Okay. They're also, okay, they're also telling me, that's interesting. This is what I'm also getting to tell you, is wild moods make rational decisions difficult. So I guess is what I'm trying to say is, make sure that you're not making any decisions out of tantrums, okay, since we're talking about childhood stuff. Make sure that you're also being very cool, calm, and collected and happy when you're making decisions, because that'll kind of project you forward. I know some people say don't ever make decisions when you're happy, but actually that's the best time to manifest things that you want to bring into your life. So you should really make decisions when you're fucking happy, because at the same time, you can still feel into your intuition when you're happy to know the difference between what you want to do and what you don't want to do. But I think they also mention it like that to be more rational about things. But again, you're actually very well balanced, so you don't have to worry about that. So it's just kind of like, since, and these are your wild moods, right? So maybe the whole thing is, it's like, not maybe, it's just, you know, just, that's the one thing to be careful about, is the wild moods, that make the rational decisions difficult. Now they're telling me, because here, where I'm reading this from, it says Luna in Cancer. So this might be for Cancer signs only, where it's like wild moods make irrational decisions difficult. So maybe it's for all of you Cancers out there that need to kind of make rational decisions easy on yourself. Go into meditation, or go for a walk, or do something maybe wild to express your moods first, before making any rational decisions for yourself, so that the rational decisions actually come easy to you. All right, so do some fucking wild shit a little bit to get yourself out of it. Like maybe it's like go kickboxing, like just hit a fucking bag or some shit, like do some crazy wild shit to get all of that, like that wild essence out of you, so that you can kind of come back into balance, right? Because again, this is going to be a balanced source where you're going to feel this a little bit, and then you're going to have to come back into balance of this, but then when you're in the balance of this, you're going to have to do this a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's so fucking hilarious. Okay, so let's see. Is there anything else here we need to talk about? Okay, I'm just like sifting through to see what's up. Do we talk about Mercury in itself? Okay, yeah, here I'm gonna read from the book and see what comes up. Mercury. Mercurius is the messenger of the gods, okay? And again, that could be our yang side too, which is interesting, right? With all of like the A-team uniting, which is beautiful. So Mercurius is the oh, there's a lot of change, by the way, because it's on page 14. So there's a lot of freedom and positivity in this essence too. Positive change, freedom, beautiful. Leadership in foundational ways, so it's beautiful. Also, I'm getting the number 10 here too for some reason. So again, it could be like the 10 of cups. It could be the 10 of, even though we're not dealing with them, it's like it could be the world. You know, again, karmic completions happening. So that could be it. And also 10 is new beginnings as well. So, which is today, right? So it says, Mercurius is the messenger of the gods, whose winged feet speed news and information as fast as thought itself. Oh, that's cool, because that definitely applies. I never even thought of that. In the celestial system, Mercury is the fastest planet, zooming around the sun in a mere 88 days. Wow, that's manifestation, guys, so that's huge. So again, you're bringing into your remember how I said she's working like her magic. So again, she's manifesting her dreams to come a little closer to her, all right? Her wild dreams to come a little closer to her. Even the wild essences of like new things and new experiences, she's drawing them closer to her, and that's again your divine feminine side. Astrologically, Mercury represents the mind, intelligence, and wit. It rules all communication, both and written, and has the power of persuasion and reasoning. Mercury also rules technology, innovation, and invention. The shadow side of Mercury's sharp wit is cunning and trickery, which can be used to take advantage of those whose wits do not move in such lightning speed, or whose nature may be more naive or gullible. When Mercurius appears in your oracle reading, there may be a need for speed and swiftness, or you may be feeling a sense of urgency. Now, this is so true, because I've said if you're making decisions, make them before fucking December 4th at this point now, because that's what I'm getting very clearly. So make them before December 4th, okay? Even if you're fucking scared or whatever, just communicate about them. You really kind of come out in the clear about them. And again, there's like a clear sky behind this Mercurius god, okay? Also, what I want to say is, because you're going to manifest a very good outcome to it if you do so before the March 4th, okay? So it's huge. So, and March 4th is very interesting because it's like the love of the angels, okay? So just do that before March 4th. That's what it represents to me. Now, what I want to say here is that if you are a person of naiveness or gullibility, right? When we're talking about lightning speed, and feeling gullible or unsure of yourself or naive or whatever you want to call it. It is okay if somebody comes at you with lightning speed trying to fucking dart something at you, and you are, you know, like, not unsure of yourself, but you're not clearly, what is it called? Not accepting. It's not that. It's like maybe you're not clearly, like, you may want the same thing as this person, but something isn't, like, clearly being communicated to you through feeling, like, because both need to match up. Clear communication along with clear feeling need to match up any time, any day for you to follow through with something, okay? So I want to say this person can come in with clear communication, but their feelings might be off, right? And so here's a hint, is that when you're communicating, make sure that your energy is of the believing energy in it, in terms of what it is that you're communicating, okay? To make things easier for yourself, right? Don't act out of this, what was said before, this fucking, like, wild rampage self, and then come in with, like, an innocent type of, new beginning, like, you know, like, offer or message or whatever, because that's not going to be believable, right? And it's going to make the person double think itself. Now, what I want to say is that, again, going back to the naive and gullible person, it is okay for this person, and the other person needs to know too that it's okay for this other person. It's 11:11 right now in terms of minutes, or 1:11, excuse me. So it's okay for this person to take on literally a very much slower approach. So if one is yin, in terms of, like, if one person is taking a very quick approach, a very, like, sudden and boom approach, right? That person needs to expect a little bit of a time wait, okay? So don't get frustrated, just have patience, because this person that is naive and gullible needs to work out whatever is being brought to them, this boom essence, this boom type of message that comes in really quickly. They get to take double the slow time in terms of figuring it out. So this could be after Mercury retrograde. This could be after, like, maybe 3 weeks of you know, because I think Mercury retrograde it kicks in for 3 weeks. So this person is able to literally, like, the gullible, the more naive, the more maybe innocent or pure version out of the two of these people is literally allowed to take the slow ass fucking time, like slower than they usually would take, because they have to now decipher what your energy fucking, like why your energy was so different in terms of being a wild child energy, but also bringing this type of, like, you know, like if you're Tasmanian devil and you're trying to, like, have clear communication, it just doesn't work out, right? It doesn't line up. So just make sure, again, to minus the bullshit, make sure that you have meditated before you said something, or you had taken out your wild child essence of you to kind of get rebalanced, and then to kind of come at a person with, you know, you can come at a person with quick communication, but it has to be in alignment with that emotion as well, okay, for you to get a quick response from them, all right? Other than that, you're going to have to be okay. If you're out of alignment, you're going to have to be okay with them taking that extra time for themselves to figure out what the fuck did you mean here, okay? So that's very important, what I just said there. So just take that fucking, that's beautiful. So the whole thing is, and the gullible, naive person, or the innocent person, or however you want to call it, is literally okay to be of full faith and to take time for themselves. They are okay with doing that. So no matter how quick the communication comes into play, all right? So I just want to let you know that, because you're dealing with two powerful people, two people that know themselves very well, and this person is okay with patience at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? They've befriended patience. So it's like, they don't want to fuck anything up, because they realize that patience has really done them a very good very good type of life, okay? What's very interesting here is I'm seeing a unicorn here, guys. Do you see that? Wow. Wow, that's amazing. That unicorn light. Wow, that's crazy. So unicorn is spirit right here. Wow, that's so nuts. It's like a spirit animal, unicorn, you. Angels, all this. I mean, that's fucking cool as fuck. That means, yo, look at all this magic going on. So what really is going on is like she's bringing this, yo, that's crazy. So she's like trying to rein in the unicorn in her world, which could be also another divine life spiritual partner, but also her own magic today. Wow. And part of that magic is literally this wild aspect of the divine feminine self. That's so fucking cool. Wow, that's awesome. So, okay, so long story short here is, so, and also, this is also what I want to say here is that okay, you know how there's like different people in relationships, okay? The quicker one may turn out the one with a speedier essence may turn out to be of the slower kind this time around. It may be vice versa, where this is for a very small percentage is what I'm getting of you is like this the quicker paced person out of the relationship might end up reversing and be very slow and slow and steady about making this decision, or both people might be slow and steady about making this really quick decision, okay? So you can make actually quick decisions, but put it into place with patience, okay? So that's what I want to say here. It could be a lot of these scenarios, whether they're clean cut, taken clean cut, or mixed in any which way that they come as a combination. So yeah, and then the one that's slower could actually be kind of trying to make quicker decisions. That could actually be the case this time around. And maybe that's going to be through Mercury retrograde in terms of how people are acting a little bit differently, usually with their communication. But you don't have to worry. Don't ever worry about cunning or trickery. That's exactly what I'm talking about with the cunning or trickery. It's like when the emotions are out of alignment with the boom kind of decisions made, it makes people feel a little weary. You know what I'm saying? So it's like don't do that. Really align yourself with the proposals that you're making. And all, by the way, just do it by the 4th is what I'm getting. Do it by March 4th. That's very important here. Wow, that was so cool. So cool. Are we moving on from these cards? Yeah, okay. Swiftness, sense of urgency. Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, and if you do it before March 4th, then all the swiftness and all the urgency is totally okay, by the way, right? It's like that would be totally okay. But once once you do things after March 4th, when Mercury really kicks in, you're literally going to get a little bit more confusion out of it. Things are going to take a little bit more time. It's gonna require a lot more fucking patience out of you. This is what I'm trying to say. So if you've already dealt with a lot of fucking patience or given life a lot of patience, please act a little quicker before March 4th. And you'll get really great results, because other than that, the opposite person that you're dealing with believes in the Mercury retrograde aspect. Maybe one might not, but one knows about it, and the one that knows about it will absolutely get married to the aspect of, I'm making decisions after this Mercury retrograde is over, and I don't give a fuck. Like, they're adamant about that shit. Because you're not supposed to do any kind of contracts or sign any contracts, make any decisions, that type of thing. Also, what I want to say is here, listen guys, these people are fucking free right now, okay? They're free. They've been freed up, okay? Which means, around this Mercury retrograde, which is, again, like, let's just put it this way, on technically speaking, March 4th and 3 weeks out, but then also maybe tack on like 2 more weeks, plus like 4 or 5 more days, you know what I'm saying, for it to zone the fuck out. Go on a vacation is what I'm getting. You guys are wild and free on your unicorn magic now, okay? So take a vacation around Mercury retrograde, and literally that could be a very spur of the moment type of message that comes through, and it'll be an absolute yes before March 4th, but after that, or even, I don't know how I feel about during it. I think during it too, it would be a yes, but it would have to be a very kind of thought out yes. Okay, like you'd have to still weigh the options intuitively and instinctively, right? But so yeah, so just make sure that, again, if you wanna take a trip, now is the time to kind of plan that. All right, super huge, super huge. And make decisions on how you want. That's going to have to stay right there for a second. That was in your face. A candle of the cherry blossom, which is beautiful. I love the cherry blossom. All right, here comes the Uranus, guys. Uranus. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is my unicorn card for today, guys. Yes, chakra healing. Super exciting. Okay. Do we talk about the bottom of the deck of this too? All right, I'm getting yes. Yes! I took a peek and it's so fun. All right. I had to. I was like, that's super cool. Okay. So Uranus is ruled by, what is this symbol? I don't even know. Well, let me just move these cards over. I'm sorry, guys, because I have to kind of back it up, back that ass up with these cards. Okay, just to make a little bit of, okay. So we're talking about the star. Hold on one second, guys, because I don't want it to drop anymore. Okay. Yeah, we're going to hold them up like that. Oh. But we're going to move them like this. Okay. Perfect. I have to breathe. Okay. So, oh, this is so exciting because I don't have to fucking hold them. Okay, so here's Uranus. Uranus is, oh, this is so cool. All right, I love it. 2 things popped up. Okay. So, do we go into Uranus right now in terms of just reading it? All right, yeah. It says, the god Uranus rules the night sky and the heavens. Astrologically, I wish I could say numerologically as good as I say astrologically. That's going to happen one day. The celestial body that bears his name is also about heavenly aspirations. So let me just read that one more time. Astrologically, the celestial body that bears his name is also about heavenly aspirations. By the way, I'm getting super heated up. The A team is absolutely confirming that somebody's getting, somebody wants somebody else to take their name. So I'm definitely seeing marriage. Also, the number 18 is coming up again, which is 18 is what we had in the moon card. Let me just double check myself. Yeah, 18 is the moon card. So again, unicorn shit happening. Okay, it could be very quick, right? Sudden with these other cards. So I'm just getting that right now. And by the 4th, right? So it could be that quick. So it says his name is also about heavenly aspirations and the limitless vision of the cosmos. This is the planet that rules invention and, oh wait, I'm sorry. What the fuck? Oh, him too? Wow, that's crazy. So invention came up twice. So there's a lot of invention and originality. That's beautiful that they're playing alongside each other. Bringing a fresh point of view. Wow, we're in new beginnings, freshness. This is today. So fresh points of view are happening on a very large scale, powerful scale when it comes down to the future, okay? The future creativity, again, creativity is invention, and children do a lot of that stuff too, and originality, right? Being an individual. As to what I was saying about the accents before too, right? It's like it's your own original self that you need to kind of just marry. So that's beautiful. Fresh points of view, which I just shared with you earlier, so that's hilarious. Uranus is the bestower of genius, as well as originality and eccentricity. Now, eccentricity and electricity came up today. So there's something quick coming through with, and again, it could be quick communication when it comes to eccentricity of sorts. Again, the unicorn card or the unicorn symbol, right, that we just saw. A willingness to go to extremes no matter what the norms of society might expect. Holy shit, we were just talking about like getting married fast, which is out of the norm, right? So that's like crazy and like sudden and like very swift and sudden communication on a yin scale. That's crazy cool. What was I going to say? Which literally could be today and into up to the next 4 days, because we're talking about the future. So this literally could lead up to the future of within the next 4 days, if that makes any sense. I know you get what I mean, just like by me trying to express it. So amen to that, because I love people that can literally be courageous and willing to go to extremes no matter what the norms of society might expect. That's a beautiful thing. This can lead to rebellion, even revolution, both personally and globally, which is so both, okay? When you do something on a personal level, you do it globally. I mean, it may not be seen, but it's felt. What's the word? It radiates out. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. When Uranus appears in your oracle reading, expect flashes of brilliance that lead to meaningful change. Now, guys, that was so the truth of today. I had flashes of brilliance that led to this meaningful change, which is a super powerful reading, which is something that I absolutely think is key, right? So I just think it's key to kind of where I'm going to kind of start heading with this type of reads, because I just feel like this is a part of who I authentically eccentrically, no, you know what I mean, am, right? So it's kind of like I'm being led too in terms of pulling this in as my magic, right? Oh my god, this is so beautiful. So, is there anything else that I need to say right here? Oh, so hold on 1 second. I want to know who the fuck... Okay, give me 1 second to figure out. We're talking about Uranus. Okay, hold on. The star signs. Who's Uranus? Oh, you know what? I was wrong about the Taurus, but the Taurus needs to come out, so I don't give a fuck, because the planetary ruler of Taurus is Venus. Wait a second. So maybe there's more communication coming in. Hold on, let me see. Pluto, Venus, Jupiter, Saturnus. Uranus. Okay, so let's just talk about... Wait, what came out? Mercurius? Wait, oh, I think it's Gemini that rules Mercury. Is that the truth? That would be kind of fucking crazy. Oh, Virgo is Mercurius, which means the motto for Mercury over here is I serve. Do I go into this right now? Yeah, no. Alright, So Uranus is the planetary ruler is I see. Okay, so that's Aquarius. Oh, no wonder. Okay, because Aquarius, the water bearer. Okay. So this is going to be very interesting because it's a lot of air, but a lot of water at the same time. So feelings, it's very balanced. It's like feelings along with logic. Okay, so that's going to be awesome. And so Aquarius. All right, so that gives me the connecting of the dots that I needed. So Aquarius. So I'm going to look up Uranus in Aquarius. Wait a second. Luna. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. Again, when I pause, please take the time to just breathe because people don't realize that. Just breathe deeply. All right, Uranus in Aquarius. That's what I'm going to read. Challenge your world view. Oh shit, that's so cool. Okay, that's what that means. Challenge your world view. Do we go into Uranus in Pisces at all? No, there's nothing. All right, so then hold on. I need to go back and read Taurus in. Wait, no. Virgo. Was it Virgo? Hold on. I think that's what I said. Virgo in. Yeah, Virgo. Virgo the Virgin. I didn't even know that. Virgo in Mercurius. Because that's the proper. That was the one that I was supposed to read, but I think that I listen, mistakes don't happen by chance. They're actually supposed to happen. What? How is Mercurius in Uranus? Oh, end. What the fuck is that? Hold on, guys. There's so many different combinations of this that I absolutely love it, though. Hold on. Saturnus. So this is all learning for me. So I appreciate you guys just bearing with me. Wow, there's so much to I love what I'm coming across today. It's so fucking amazing, dude. It's like the connections are just like spitfiring. Talk about brilliance, you know, happening. Holy shit. It says, all right, so for the yin card, not to confuse you guys, but going back to yin energy, it says, give clear attention to the details. Which is also very much so divine feminine energy, because when you're able to give clear attention to the details, you're able to clear out, you're able to basically clarify and clear out all of what you need to do in terms of taking steps 1, 2, 3, 4, right? The details to get to the bigger picture, okay? So there's something here, I feel, that you need to kind of, what's it called? You need to kind of sift out through. You need to, there's like maybe like something that you have to shine the light on. Again, in a very like non-traditional way. You have to do something. You have to do something in a detailed manner. You have to approach a detail in your life in a detailed, in a manner that is very, not so much how you would approach it normally, okay? It would be very unicorn-like for you to approach it in a certain way. So, so yeah, you would have to solve a problem in a very unique way, one that you're not used to doing, but I feel like as if you kind of, again, either something of advice was given to you where you should take it, and or you feel that it would solve an issue, but you're just kind of maybe thinking about if you have the courage to do it because you've never done it before, because it might not be the right way to do things, but it might just solve your problem. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, that feeling came up. So that's something to kind of look at. Oh, this is funny. This is why the Cancer came up, because, okay, it makes sense. This is why I was like, oh, maybe this is only for you Cancers out there, okay? Because Cancer, the Luna, the moon, rules Cancer. I completely forgot that. Holy shit, that's like so astrology 101 for me, but I completely forgot that that's exactly what it is. So it's about feeling. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, so Cancers out there need to be feeling, because that just came up. Cancer, the crab. All right, this is your card. You need to be feeling more into what is going to be the right path for you to take. Wow, that's cool. Do we go into this card at all? Okay. Or do we go into this description at all? All right. Wow, that's super cool. Okay. So are we moving on, 18? Yeah, we are. Okay. Yo, this is super, like, this is what I love to do too, like, in my own time, is I love to just, like, connect the fucking dots of brilliance. I mean, literally, it's so, so cool. Now, bottom of the deck, so I guess we were supposed to come out with, oh, I was getting, that's so interesting, 18, thank you. No, this is not the bottom of the deck, sorry. Oh, maybe that's why I had to see it before, because I would have fucked it up. Maybe I would have taken the top of the deck. And that's how I knew. I'm like, no, that's not it. That's so funny. See, that's what I'm saying. Mistakes, or like whenever you do shit, like, it's not a mistake. It needs to happen. And you don't know until after. But yeah, I was getting, so that's interesting. 6 of Cups came out for me before, like, as a flying out card. So that kind of goes to show you, we're not sticking to 4 cards today. We're doing 6 for the aspect of divine love, but also divine well-balanced love within ourselves and outside of ourselves. I'm going to lean this a little bit like this so you could see while I'm talking. I love it. Okay. So we have Venus. I'm super excited. And Venus, thank God I saw that, is ruled by Taurus, or the planetary ruler of Taurus. So let's see what's up here. Venus, by the way, this is, so you know how I was just talking about love over here, which is, what is this card? The Devil. Okay. So there's a binding happening esoterically, right, in terms of divine love that I was saying, but Venus just fucking supports that shit, which is amazing, because they're both at the bottom of the deck. So it's like Venus is love, right? So it just makes a whole lot of sense. Whole lot of sense. Do I share this right now at all? Okay. I gotta decipher what the fuck I need to share and what. Alright, so. Oh my god, I'm super excited about these. Oh, the number 10 came up too again. Yay! Okay. Taurus, the bull. Okay, planetary ruler is Venus. And the motto here is I have. Okay? So basically, you have romantic love now. That's basically where it's going. It's like energetically, you have it now. And again, it's you, if you decide to come out, these are the bottom of the deck, so this is like the overall energy, which is like, if you decide to come out to express yourself, even on a very quick note, it's like you have it already, alright? So don't get that nervous. It's just not, it's not something to get nervous about. It's just knowing that, because sometimes we get nervous about what if we get rejected, right? And that's what I'm saying. Know that you have it already, okay? Let's see what the Venus is. Venus, okay, it says, the goddess of love blesses relationships of all kinds. As a celestial body, Venus rules over all matters of the heart. And like I said, your heart is opening, right? Your heart is healed. So it says, Venus rules overall matters of the heart, from friendship to true love. Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm just going to add the father healing today because that came up today. And all the delights of the senses. Its influence brings a desire for intimacy, harmony, and peace. It's so beautiful. Part of this desire is the yearning toward beauty, which opens the spirit to a higher realm. Oh my God, that's amazing. Okay, higher realm, guys. That's amazing. Which opens the spirit to a higher realm and feeds both mind and soul. Wow, that's amazing. So spirit is feeding your mind and soul right now so that you can feel. Okay. Venus brings an appreciation of art and luxury. And again, there's a whole lot of opulent energy going on today, so that makes a lot of sense. So art, luxury, also rationality, also, yeah, creativity, just intuition, instinct, all of this stuff. I mean, innovation, right? So art, that's all art. And influences the way we decorate our homes. Possessions send, and again, we're talking about Feng Shui, so hello, art and luxury, baby, is the influence. It is the influence, it's the beautiful influence in the way that we decorate our homes. That's beautiful. So thank you, Feng Shui, for being you. Possessions and the things that we want are under the auspices, so probably auspicious, okay? Auspices, that's basically, and actually it's hilarious because I had a spice today and it fucking, I'm talking about abundance of spice came the fuck out, and I was like, oh damn. I was going for like a spoonful, and like it was like 5 spoons, and I was like, oh shit. But I was like, thank God it's not salt. Because at least I could eat it with a lot of spices. But if you were to salt up how much fucking spice came out of the jar today for on top of my meal, I wouldn't have been able to eat it. So I was like, whatever, man. So yes, auspicious. Yeah, like there's a lot of auspiciousness, I guess, of Venus influencing our individual tastes and our attraction to objects. When Venus appears in your oracle reading, you may feel a strong pull towards a person, place, or thing. Follow your heart. Oh my God, we were just saying follow your bliss. Dudes, this is amazing. Okay. So basically, and I mean, we're in March right now. So March is the Trinity. March is you, your spirit guides, and, you know, the divine working together in a heart-based way to basically follow them, to then follow your heart here on earth. Okay. 3 is also creativity and expansion. Also, I'm going to add luxury to it because luxury is a light, okay? The light that's coming in expands, okay? Expands people's world. So, light is expansive. So, again, to the unicorn light over here, it is expanding your freaking life, and I love it. You're freaking feeling life. How about that? That's amazing. And, wow. That's all I gotta say. Is there anything else I need to say? There is something else that I need to say here. You're telling me to look at the card, so hold on one second. Okay, also what I'm getting here is that this love is by the shore. It's by the, first of all, it's for shore and by the shore, okay? So if you need to travel to the water to kind of get yourself, and I'm seeing 143 right now, so that's I love you. Oh my God, thank you, 18. And now it's 144, which is also a beautiful angel number. So, but 143, I love you, which means you might have to travel to water in order to get this person, this person's attention or whatever the fuck it is. Because here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing all these shells, okay? All these shells. And do I go into what I was just about to say? All right, it's funny because, so I'm seeing this shell here, and this shell too. Now, what I'm, since we're talking about Venus and her being a girl, right? I know that a reader on here, Saltwater Heals. Oh shit! Look at that, just total confirmation in her name. Saltwater Heals Tarot was wearing a shirt the other day, and blessings to Missy, right? Which I believe is her name, right? Am I? It's she. I know she like repeats her Instagram. It's I can't go into like how she repeats it because it's very like repetitive way that she says it, which is all cool. But anyhow, so what I want, just to get on with the reading, she had a shirt that said bombshell on it. Okay, so she is a female, and basically I wanted to tell you that whoever you're going after in terms of your divine feminine that you want to have a part of your life, she's the bombshell you're going after, right? So talk about bombshell, all right? And in the Venus aspect, she's like the sexy broad you're going after. This shell is a highly spiritual shell because do you see the swirl in here? The swirl in here by this seashore, right? Matches the swirl in here, okay? So it's kind of like you are even being divinely guided to go exactly to the location of what of where you need to be intuitively, okay? And again, this could be like a GPS. Isn't that interesting? It's kind of like a GPS signal. So the A-team and the satellites are sending you to like the exact location, and maybe you do know the exact location of where this person is, right? But it's like they're sending you accuracy in your location to go kind of like search her out or map her out, right? And to pinpoint her. There's a pinpoint here. It's like you are here now, okay? So again, this is like so you are here now, which means you got to go by the sea. You got to go get her, okay? She's somehow by water, okay? And you feel that, like either okay, so, because I'm like thinking, I'm like, that's really like a narrowed down thing, not that I'm questioning it, but she's either by water, or you need to take her to the water. You need, like, there's something that she needs to be taken to the water, like maybe, again, when I was talking about vacation, like you need to take her somewhere by the water, okay? Like, that's going on. Is there anything else that I need to talk about in that card right now? Yeah, that's it, guys. And, what I'm personally getting is it's red for passion. Again, red and red. Okay. Also, what I'm getting is that this card behind her is coming off very purple. So she is highly mystical, magical. She is your unicorn in a sense because she's highly spiritual, highly royal in her values, in her virtues, in her vows to herself, in her she's very heightened, very high vibrational female. Also in her vibes, okay? But also is very rooted, like grounded, rooted, like kind of like red carpeted, right? Red carpet is like, it's very interesting. It's like passionate, but also, you know, in her own essence, she is a celebrity to herself. That's how much she loves herself. You know what I'm saying? But that's also what you want in your life. Like, people think that that's, like, people think that it's, like, somebody that you don't want, like, high maintenance. Like, high maintenance is somebody who's, like, in love with themselves. And it's, like, the whole thing is, it's, like, no, you actually can be so in love with yourself and still be grounded. Because you just love who you are, right? And loving who you are is really owning the aspect that you love your groundedness as well as your high vibes, right? So this is a very balanced female, but also high vibrational. I'm talking about like very can blend very well with higher frequencies. Okay. royalty, celebrityness. Like they can just, what is it called? They're very flexible. They're very, how do I want to, blendable. They blend well. They blend in very well is what I want to say. I don't know how to describe it, but also I'm seeing this line right here, which is also that unicorn type of light, which is also spirit, and it's like they well balance her out, right? Like when she needs to be this purple, she's this purple. When she needs to be grounded, she's this grounded. Like very well balanced. And my light just flickered, so that's just like a confirmation. And I'm also feeling heat, so thank you, ET. When I say that, so she's very well balanced. It's like nothing to be afraid of. This is just somebody who's like not at all what society would like you to think about her as a person, or like it's like this person can't even be defined because she's so vulnerable that you don't even know what the fuck would come out of her. Like she doesn't even know what she's doing half the time, but she's just willing to kind of pay attention to her intuition on a very vulnerable level and follow that straight on through. You know what I'm saying? She's actually facing the future too. She's a very forward thinker, doer, mover. She's facing the future when it comes to me on my side. So it's like she has visions of love for the future. She has visions of and she's actually kind of the more yang right here. So it's kind of like she sees the bigger picture of love. She's a big dreamer is what I want to say. What else is there to say about that? Nothing. I think there's nothing. I'm just seeing hearts. Like they're not there, but I'm seeing hearts like in this area. So it's like I think she just expresses from the heart, and she speaks from the heart. Very genuine person is what I want to say, you know. So guys, this is so beautiful. I'm so grateful to the A-team for just delivering this message, using me to deliver this message, because it's it's just amazing. This was way more power. I mean, I knew it was going to be powerful, but I'm super excited that this is what our future looks like, and things are about to really start, you know, changing on a very quick level, but also to the point where, you know, the final aspect of it, it's like, you know, we just went through 6 cards. This is the final card. It's like you're going to be going on vacation with this person. That's what I see. It's like that would be really good for you guys, because you've the first card out, and again, like a lot of subtle electric eccentric shit is going on, so not something of what society would find normal, okay, but yet you feel that it's normal for you because you feel it's right for you, because you just came out. The first card is you came out of this, like this was a darkness that you came out of. And now it's like, okay, you're moving into the light. You know what I'm saying? This is like where you're heading. So, beautiful. So go after your unicorn, guys. I'm super excited. What amazing new beginning energies. It's about motherfucking time. That's all I gotta say. And we are excited. I'm full on excited for the world. You have no idea. So anyhow, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. This was, I sensed it too, I should have mentioned it, but this was a lot longer than the usual video, I think, for the initial video, just because we had to kind of get acquainted to what was going on. But, you know, I just feel as though little by little, as I practice with these cards moving forward, they're going to get quicker, right? And I'll be able to actually use them as more of a channeling tool rather than you know, what it's for. So just bear with me as I kind of grow into these cards and just use them for our highest and best good and the love of it all. Yes, I love it. So, and thank you, Venus, for being a part of the first reading, because that's a love sign right there, you know, like when love shows up in a reading, you got it, you know, you're blessed, you know what I'm saying? And it's basically you're following your heart in the right way. So I'm super excited about all of you and your hearts. And yeah, I'll come at you with these cards tomorrow, unless guided otherwise. Um, so yeah, so I'm excited to see what Helpful People in Travel has in store for us tomorrow. All right, love you, and I'll talk to you guys soon.